The main markets in the past trading session were driven by extreme behaviors in the US 2-year, the US 10-year and the DXY. This led to an absolute sparking up of the S&P 500. The Russell 2000 did really well. Stocks across the board just partied. Because so many shorts were liquidated, the likelihood of a follow-through over the next couple of weeks is very high. And that's not just inside the stock market, that's inside crypto as well. The stock market was completely negative. Shorts were just going in wholesale to the market. And when the core inflation rate, the CPI, came in all lower than anticipated, the shorts just got liquidated, and that caused a massive disturbance in the stock market. It's going to be a pretty volatile upcoming session, so just be aware that we could get wild swings both to the upside and to the downside. We've seen a huge reduction on the probability of a rate hike in the next FOMC meeting. That crushed yields, the US 2-year, the US 10-year, and it plummeted the DXY. That risk-on behavior just fled itself into the stock market. It caught all the shorts by surprise and it liquidated them. It was a massive sell-off when it came to the yields. The yields got crushed and of course bond prices went up. The DXY got crushed as well. There was negative momentum on the energy sector. And what we saw, the VIX came down and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 spiked. Good old gold had a party. There was huge structural resistance above the S&P's price, but with the collapse of yields and the collapse of the DXY, we saw risk-on behavior, all the shorts getting liquidated. It pushed the S&P 500 clear into this fresh air gap. What it basically means, the next structural resistance is from 45.31 to 45.44. We could expect a bit of a retracement because this is just a wild move, coming back and potentially tapping some of this support, but it's looking incredibly good. The markets have had a change in trend. When it comes to forex, what the DXY does, other currencies either follow or invert it, and we can see that playing out just wildly across the board. The DXY literally got crushed, as did the US 10-year yield. Junk bonds had a party. Junk bonds represent risk-on or risk-off activity. When it comes to the crypto market, generally when there's risk-on, Bitcoin just decides to party and it goes hard. But this time it decided to do the exact opposite. Fortunately, there was a lot of structural support inside Bitcoin's price action from 35,175 up to 36,221, and we can see that particular structural support caught Bitcoin's negative price momentum and has rebounded it. We would expect positive momentum to just enhance stock prices and flow into Bitcoin and crypto. The truth is, we're already seeing it with total crypto market cap. It didn't even touch its structural support area, but it was rejected from structural resistance. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. You see this particular arch here. It's playing out on Ethereum, Binance Coin, XRP, Solana. Solana is starting to show strength. It's starting to overextend and underextend. This is really vital. Solana has a fresh air gap above it. Solana could just go absolutely parabolic at the current time. It doesn't mean we FOMO into it at all, but just be aware that there's a positive fresh air gap in Solana that could translate to some pretty explosive price action. But don't forget, we're also coming into some very steep economic data. The market could shake around quite a bit. And when we look at Doge, it's just following Bitcoin's gravitational alignment, as is Tron. This just means it's important to look at Bitcoin's structural levels. If you don't know those, it's very hard to understand what could happen to the alts. Coming back to CTKSnews.com, if we just go to the market analysis tab, we can see the market is still reasonably red. However, Solana is enjoying a pretty good upsurge, and this is because of the structural resistance levels just basically not being there on Solana. The greatest gainers past 24 hours top 100: DYDX, TIA, Cake, Rune, AVAX, Caspar, LDO and Solana. The greatest losers top 100 past 24 hours: IMX, BGB, TON, SUI, Ethereum Classic, eCash, XRP and XDC. A lot of people don't get into crypto because they think that's where all those scammers are. That's utter misinformation. When it comes to global illicit finance, which is approximately $2.9 trillion per year, crypto assets account for 0.69% or $20 billion worth per year. The next time the bank says that you're a criminal because you want to transfer money into crypto, hey, just show them this statistic. So this is a pretty interesting point. If it's 20 billion over 12 months, how much volume was done today inside crypto? The answer is $66.38 billion. That's just one day. It shows you that when people talk about crypto being a haven for scammers and all of those kind of things, it's just utter rubbish. Just something helpful, because a lot of banks are stopping people withdrawing money under the guise that they're trying to protect them from scams. And of course, scams do occur, but crypto-based scams are very small. The stock market was going through a series of short liquidations. However, the crypto market decided, nah, we'll go the other way and we'll do long liquidations. And we can see pretty much, look at the percentage of longs that got liquidated. They just got crushed over the past 24 hours. That's starting to turn around. The shorts are starting to get hit, and that's pushing up price. When it comes to short and long liquidations, they both take turns. Many people have suggested that I zoom out and show the bigger picture. There's no better bigger picture than Solana's fresh air gap right at the moment. It is literally from 58.34. The next resistance structurally is $87. Ay caramba! And this is marking up resistance levels over 1172 plus days. There's literally no substantial, statistically significant resistance inside Solana's price chart. I would suggest that you also keep your eye on the futures. The futures can indicate if there's follow through. At the moment, we're seeing follow through on the S&P 500 futures. They all look fantastic, and that, as you can see, translates into global markets. Crypto will not be far behind. Just keep in mind, in about 3 or so hours, we're getting the PPI and retail sales. That can be a volatile event for the markets. That makes it really important to do your three-dimensional risk management. Make sure that you're synchronized in with the market, that you're buying and selling at reasonable levels, that you don't let fear guide your investment and trading decisions. Keeping a positive outlook is really important, because if you say you can't, you got it, you can't. And if you say you can, you've got it, you can. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.